先輩、後輩、花見、焼肉。どうやって英語で言うんですか？
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Gangolingo mini lesson. Today's video is a language learning tip.
It's a good one.
Yes, and it's a little bit of advice that Maui and I agree on, and we think that you should do when speaking in English. Basically, we advise you to use Japanese words when talking about things in Japan.
Yeah. Right?
Might sound strange, but for example,
Yeah. For example, 花見 or 焼肉
yeah,
or some cultural business things like
Yeah.
先輩、後輩、同僚
right, yeah. So by using these words, you are spreading Japanese culture, and it's actually, I think, a good way to communicate.
Yeah.
You can use the Japanese word, and if the person doesn't understand, you give a short explanation of what that thing is.
Yes. I think sometimes, right, there are cultural things that don't have vocabulary
Sure, yeah.
in other languages. So you have to explain it, but trying to use that explanation in your original sentence sounds very strange.
Right, sure.
Right? For example,
Yeah.
I went to a yakiniku restaurant. Right? If Jeff is like, what?
Yeah, yaki what? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's a restaurant where you grill your own meat.
Oh, yeah. In Canada, people often say Korean barbecue.
Ah,
Have
okay.
you heard of that
yes.
before?
Yeah, in Hawaii we called it Korean barbecue as well.
All right. Okay. So yakiniku. Wow. Great.
Yeah, right? So now I've added some culture to Jeff's knowledge, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Right? So I think it's important. Korean barbecue is a word, but it doesn't always have to be Korean.
Of course not.
Right?
Yeah. No.
And saying I went to a barbecue restaurant sounds strange.
Yeah, that's a different image to
Right.
me. Yeah.
And I went to a grilled meat restaurant. It's like,
Okay.
doesn't sound
Interesting.
good.
Yeah.
right? So that's one example.
Yeah.
Another one is I went to Hanami.
Hanami.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a cherry blossom viewing party or picnic. So you kind of set up your picnic mat and you can enjoy your picnic under the beautiful trees.
Oh, so Hanami is a picnic under the tree.
Yeah, it's usually a picnic, but sometimes you can just go, you can walk under a line of cherry blossom trees.
That's also Hanami?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I got it.
Right?
Cool.
So, explaining hanami, right, there's many different ways to talk about it, but just using the word hanami at first and then explaining it is much better than saying, I went to a cherry blossom viewing party last weekend.
Right. I think it's kind of like, almost like branding. It makes it really, it makes it easy for me to refer to and you to refer to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one nice little word compared to a long phrase like cherry blossom viewing party.
Right. Okay. And one that's recently come up a lot because I have a lot of business students is in Japan, it's important to know who is, more experienced than you in a company, which would be your senpai, and who is less experienced or came after you, which is your kohai,
Right.
and then people you joined with, who are your doryo.
Yeah. Right. Three
But
words. Wow.
yeah. And it's true that everybody you work with, which in English we would just say coworker, it fits into one of those categories, right?
yeah.
There's nobody that's an outlier in those categories.
Yeah, that's right.
So I understand that it's easy to use and it's cultural, but in my experience anyway, in
yeah.
Western culture,
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's not important who is joined the company before me or who is older than me or younger than me.
It's just your coworker.
Right. Coworker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? If someone just joined, we might say, oh, a new coworker.
Sure.
Yeah. Right?
My old coworker?
No.
That
My
doesn't
veteran
sound
coworker?
very-
Right? It's very hard to explain. So I would recommend, if you want to use it, for example, I went for drinks with my doryo,
What is that?
people who joined the company
Yeah?
at the exact same time that I did.
Doryo. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's also, actually, it's interesting. It's cultural. In Japan, kind of like school, everybody has the same first day of work, right? You all join the company
Yeah.
on the same day.
Yeah.
You have an orientation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But again, in my experience in Western countries, we don't have that.
No, not really. No. But we're getting a little off topic,
Yes.
right? Because so the point is try to use those words, and then when the person shows interest, like what's that? Then try a little explanation.
Yeah. I think it's okay to, like, if it's a flow as well, even if you can assume that the other person doesn't know the word and just follow it up with an explanation.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Hanami with my kohai. My kohai is a person who entered the company after me.
Oh, okay, I see. Nice flow. Yeah, that's really good. Maybe she was watching my face. I kind of showed that I didn't really understand those words. And so she just followed up with an explanation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are some good examples, right? If we think of any more, we can make another video. And if you think of any good Japanese words, cultural words, that maybe are good to use in the sentence, leave them in the comments.
A lot of food, right? So try to do it with food.
Yeah.
I think people always get caught trying to
okonomiyaki.
explain what okonomiyaki is. And,
Motsunabe.
yeah, just use the word. And then if the person is curious, follow it up with a short explanation.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.